So, I will tell you a unique way of quitting the bad habits that not only got me into this point where I have quit around 80 to 90% of my bad habits, my procrastination, my scrolling for hours every single day, to even getting me over 1000 subscribers, getting me into whole this thing of content creation, of becoming a more interesting person, doing those various activities and managing everything perfectly. But the most important thing, quitting the bad habits. So by the end of this video, you will know what exactly you need to do, what is holding you back, what is stopping you from achieving what you want, from doing what you always wanted to do, and actually at the same time quitting the bad habits. So a short story of mine before starting any of this thing, before getting into content creation, before deciding to try to actually make something, I was a complete beginner. I know, as everyone else, I was going to school, I had some kind of sport, I was swimming, and I was going to a music school. So a music school is a nice bonus, maybe that's not very average, but looking at everything else, I was doing the bad habits. Every single day or a couple of days I would play video games. Every single day I would scroll on social media. Maybe once in a while I would watch, I don't know, pornography or all those bad things, and it's just like I wasn't getting somewhere. It's like I get back from school, I do this, maybe then I do this, I do some bad habits. I don't really take any interest into meaningful hobbies, I don't do any projects, no content creation, no business or whatsoever, and it's just like I'm average. And this is the point where I felt like I was just going in circles. There's nothing happening, I'm not improving, and one thing that made me want to change, that got me the first idea of actually changing, was that on social media everyone is showing the lifestyle where they live with money, where they're doing all of those cool things, and I started to have this idea that I want this too. So with this idea I got to the point where I wanted to start making content creation. So I was still doing the bad habits and I wanted to get into content creation, and I understood that actually if one doesn't change, the other one doesn't happen. And it was like that when I want to start a new thing. I'm thinking about, oh, maybe I will do this business model, maybe I want to start dropshipping, or maybe I want to learn about clothing, maybe I want to learn about making music or something cool. And then I don't do this, I keep on scrolling, I keep on procrastinating, and it's like if I don't quit the bad habits, I will never start one thing. But here were the big change that happened to me. I had a few tries of YouTube, I had filmed a few videos for myself, I tried to upload them almost a year ago, but I instantly deleted them because, well, they were horrible. I did not like how I spoke, I was muttering, I was talking nonsense, I had no edits, and it's like I deleted those and I forgot content creation and I kept on doing the bad habits. I kept on maybe not damaging my life, not doing very serious bad habits, but it's like I was just in this one point. I'm not improving, I'm not moving further, it's just like I do the same habits, I do the same things, and I have absolutely no projects or progress going on in my life. But here's where it all changed. One day I decided that I don't want to live like that. I decided that if I'm going to do the same things over and over again, if I don't change somehow, if I don't start doing a new thing, if I don't start doing something, I will stay at this point and I will be just so miserable. So here's where the fun happened. I decided that I want to get into content creation. So I was a complete beginner. I did not know how to do this. I did not know how this works, but I just knew that the one thing that I can think of is content creation. How can I do this? Here's how. As you can see, I made this huge calendar. That was 3 months ago. It contained 100 days. And in those 100 days, I had to make a short video for Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube, every single day. Every single day without having experience, without ever filming myself, without speaking aloud. Imagine, almost never in my life, I was used to practicing speaking aloud while being alone. So you can see how this already was really hard. And it actually was. Well, I had no skills, I had no experience, but I made this challenge, I put this on my wall, and I said to myself that from today, from that day, from the first day of 100 days, either I'm picking content creation and picking my life serious, or else I can just don't take any projects at all. I can forget this all improvement, can forget this self-improvement, because if I'm just doing it on a surface level, nothing changes. And I think that this worked. Right now, it's funny to me because now I reflect on myself, I look at the progress that I have made, and I know that the only thing that was the serious contributor to me getting here, where I can express myself, when I can think about making something meaningful, was actually this challenge. The first challenge that I made for myself, to start doing something every single day. Just one thing. And this is what I want you to take from this video if you click off and forget me, but you have to start a challenge for yourself. And a challenge to me meant that every single day I had to make at least one video per day. That meant that I had to get the idea, I had to script the video, I had to film the video, edit the video, and post the video at the same time. And not to mention that I was a complete beginner. So, why I think starting a challenge is the best thing that you can do for your progress, for your self-improvement journey. And it's not only about content creation. Maybe you always wanted to start learning how to program, how to code, make games. Maybe you wanted to get into fitness or into doing some kind of sports because you never have done that. Or maybe you just want to learn something more about some new concept that is interesting you. Maybe that's art, maybe that's drawing. But you just feel like you have been doing the bad habits, you haven't been taking something serious enough. So this is why starting some kind of challenge is the best thing for you. You commit to something for some amount of days, so for example for 30 days, for 60 days, and I did for 100 days. So, a small thing why you should make a challenge for 90 days or 100 days, because it's scientifically proven that no matter whether you are a woman, whether you are a man, in 90 days, if you seriously needed it, if this wasn't a life threat or something, you could actually achieve something. Whether it's make 100 videos, maybe it's earn $10,000, maybe it's read 20 books. If you were super serious on it, in 90 days you could change your life. So this is why I chose a 90-day challenge, and I think that this actually changed me. If before that I was just watching motivational videos on YouTube, watching inspiring content on social media, seeing all those quotes on Instagram, on TikTok that said that you have to grind, you have to do something, there's winter arc, but absolutely none of it worked. It's like I knew in my mind that I have to quit scrolling. And probably you do. I knew that I have to quit playing video games. I knew that scrolling on social media does absolutely nothing to you. But without having a commitment to something, I just wouldn't quit. There's just too much comfort. Like you get home from school or you get home from your hobbies, you are tired, and you can easily scroll for hours. And if you do, nothing really changes. You just stay where you were, nothing bad happens, you don't lose something, and that's why you don't change. I didn't change because I wasn't committed to something. And I tried to make content creation first before starting any kind of challenge, and I saw that myself. I said to myself that I have to make content, but I wasn't really connected to it. But when I started this challenge, when I said to myself that from today, at least for 20 days, for 10 days, I have to create content every single day, or else I prove to myself that I'm a loser, I prove to myself that I cannot quit absolutely anything. And this worked. This worked because you have a commitment every single day, and this worked also because of a second reason that I want to explain to you. And this is really important, so listen. When you start a challenge of just one thing, so whether that's every single day you have to read at least 20 pages of book, which is a small challenge, but you can still do it, whether it's create one video every single day, or whether it's to learn a new concept for every single day for, 90 days in a row, what happens is that automatically by doing the challenge, at the same time you quit the bad habits. And this was really fascinating to me, and now that I look at my previous month when I did the challenge, I saw that this was my best level of performance. If I used to watch and scroll on social media, if I used to play video games, when I started this challenge and I knew that my single objective throughout the day is to make one video, I put my all energy, I put my all time into thinking about how can I do this. Because as a beginner, this was really hard. And I believe that if you are a complete beginner, this will be so much easier and more beneficial to you because you have only space to improve. There is nothing you can lose. So if we had the only goal every single day to just create one video, do one thing, we put all our energy into doing that, and our day is good or bad only if we do not complete the challenge. So, this turned into something where every single day I was thinking about how can I make this video. I wasn't thinking about the homework that I need to do. I wasn't thinking about the workout that I need to do, about the books that I need to read. The only single thing that I was thinking about, how to create that video. Because if I didn't create that video, it meant to me that I will never become a content creator. It meant to me that I will never change. I will stay in the same place. And that level of commitment and that level of challenge actually made me quit the bad habits. Because every single day, I had so much focus and I had so much importance to make this one video that I prioritize it above anything else. So even the scrolling, even the video games got lower down and they got forgotten because every single day I had not much time, and to make one video every single day, it would take me around 1.5 or 2.5 hours, even more, because I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to edit quick. I did not know how to upload. The uploading takes a lot of time. And there are just a ton of things that I had to focus on that scrolling, procrastination, the bad habits were actually harmful. Like before the challenge, all the bad habits were actually comfortable. If you do them, nothing happens. But what happened when I started this challenge, when I had to record videos every single day, and if you do this challenge, when you set some goal to you, you know that if you procrastinate, if you scroll on social media, I don't know, if you watch pornography, you lose the motivation first, and also you are losing the time and energy, focus needed to do this one thing. If you don't do this one thing that you set for yourself, your whole self-improvement journey, your whole belief, your whole confidence just falls apart because you cannot stick to only one thing. So this is why starting a challenge is actually the ultimate way to quit bad habits. And a bonus tip, a bonus story that I had is after this challenge, I got 1,000 subscribers and I stopped making videos every single day. I felt that I got to this point where I am right now, and I thought that it's enough. It's enough of skill that I have. I can make videos pretty decently, pretty consistently, but actually my productiveness, my focus, my energy levels, my ability to stick to a goal, to stay motivated, to keep inspiring people actually fell down because now it got into this big bubble, it got into this unseriousness because there was no longer an objective every single day that I need to make this or else something bad happens. There were left absolutely no motivator to me that the first thing that I need to focus on today is whether I make this video or not. And then it turned out into this, that if I make the video, it doesn't matter, exactly like it was before I started the challenge. If I do the bad habit, it wouldn't matter to me. So that's why I will finish off by telling you that starting a challenge, no matter what you pick, whether you want to read a book every single day, maybe you want to read a book a week for 90 days, whether you want to start content creation, so making video 1 week, one video every single day, or maybe you want to learn programming, coding, drawing, so you draw something every single day. Challenge is meant to challenge you. Challenge has to challenge you and make you change. It doesn't have to be some kind of reward, some kind of output, because when I started the challenge of content creation every single day, I wasn't thinking about in 90 days I will have 1,000 subscribers. This was actually a dream of mine to achieve in 1 year. Or it wasn't that I will earn 1,000 euros or I will changed my life in some, I don't know, materialistic way, my only reward that I was thinking about was, can I make a change? Can I make this very important change in my life when either I will move forward, I will drop my bad habits and I start to improve, I start learning, educating, inspiring other people, or I will stay at the same place and I will do absolutely nothing with my life. So challenge is meant to challenge you, and you have to set those challenges for yourself, or else I don't believe that you actually can quit the bad habits, do you? So if you want more help, if you want some specific approach to problems, if you want to get more accountability, I highly recommend joining the community that I have. Top link in the description. Right now it's completely free, so I highly recommend join you while you can. We can speak around many things, and I post videos every single day because that's my new challenge of content creation, and I want to actually grow and drop my bad habits. My name is Paul, and see you tomorrow.